All right, 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 all
All
right.
right.
What's happening? It's water, TikTok. It's water. It's water. Okay, it's water. How they say up north, it's water. We gotta talk about this week's fuckery, y'all. What's up, Cuzzo?
Much kid folk out here rolling, man, trying to get to that dollar.
I already know, ain't nothing changed with you. See,
Cuzzo,
it's
Cuzzo.
it's in your blood.
I tell you, man, one job to the next, man.
Okay.
I already know. Shit, man. This nigga here lived in Flint too, man.
Hell yeah.
I hear you, man. Hey, I've been all around that hole in the wall, though.
Hell yeah. I used to stay in Beecher, man.
Oh, you Bucktown.
Bucktown. Oh, yep. Yep. And I used to stay on Copeland Ave and Thornton, all over Flint, man.
Okay.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
you was back there, man. Hey, we ain't really messing with them too many. Hey, the women back there, we was calling beacher creatures back there. You know what I mean? We wasn't really vibe with you.
Hey, yo, he ain't lying. Yo, you
Yeah.
can't. Yo, you can't trust them.
They school. Hey, they
They
school.
cool.
Beecher High School. They at lunchtime. All of them go outside. They just swarm outside at all the restaurants. We used to pull up
Yep.
and see what we could grab.
Yo,
Like it's a restaurant. Like give me that one. Hey, and I had an all white K5 with the top off. Hey, it
damn.
was easy to pull
So,
them in.
hey, so you was getting everything.
Hey, everything was coming.
Hey, I'm talking about crumbs and everything. This nigga was getting the crumbs.
Don't say that.
Oh,
But hey,
shit.
y'all see what the topic at hand is, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot that can go with this conversation. Am I right or wrong?
All over the place with that, man. One
Like-
about marriage, just marriage in general, the value of marriage.
The
Yeah.
value.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And how much value does it actually carry in today's world?
Exactly. Because divorce seems so easy now, man.
It is easy. That's the shit.
See, listen, and yo,
That's the
and yo, like what kills me about
shit.
divorces is that it's two major things that always causes divorces to happen. It's either
Infidelity.
financial and infidelity.
Yeah.
And a lot of these cases that we're seeing now, it's neither. It's just we don't want to be together no more.
Right.
Exactly. Hey, yo,
Right.
I swear to God, I don't understand the Iman Shumpert and Tiana Taylor one.
No.
See,
Because
go ahead.
she
my
went
bad.
online. She went online and said it ain't an infidelity situation.
That's
She
what I
said
said.
like,
It ain't finances.
no, not at all. Cause hey, he acting on The Shy. He in a movie or two. Like they all
Podcast
both of
jumping.
them eat.
His podcast jumping.
I see.
You feel me? So I don't know. They might have invited too many people into their sexual life because they used to
And
do
that-
them. Like
Yeah. That's
it's
the scary part right there.
it's
You know what I
something
mean?
That's the
there.
scary part.
It's really something there. Now
They probably been in Will Smith.
Now, their situation is awkward. Now, you got to factor in that Jeezy and his wife are getting a divorce too.
Yeah. I felt like Jeezy was a rebound in that situation because old girl was married to a white dude just before, and they hadn't even really been divorced that long.
He was
Hey,
the,
when
he
she
was the
got
dark
with
meat
him.
on the side, huh?
And she done had
Yeah,
this man baby.
exactly.
She had this man baby. How long they been married? And she just had this man baby.
2 years, only 2 years.
She was married to the white man for 13 years, and she ain't never had no baby. So I know he was like, really?
Yeah,
Really, though?
exactly.
Really?
Exactly. In that situation though, I felt like, that rebound never worked. You know what I mean? Like
She
I've
probably
been in that
doubled back.
situation myself.
She probably double back to her first husband if she do some bull.
Hey,
Yo.
hey, but the way she was saying it was like she needed a little more man meat. The first husband ain't had no man meat for.
Oh, yo.
So
You
she
know
went
what
and
I
got
mean?
some dark meat on the side. But now I ain't gonna
What you
flex.
prefer?
I miss the days where men didn't gossip. Oh man, well,
Man,
I don't
say
know, I don't
that.
know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, sweetheart. But we not
Hey,
gossiping.
that's
We
for
actually
real.
trying to find out what's
That's
wrong with
hey,
marriage nowadays.
that's the
Huh?
social media world, bro.
Yeah, of course.
That man. I
We
remember in
having
the
a
'90s, man.
conversation.
Come on now, in the '90s, there wasn't no cameras like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? People didn't record and point stuff out. Don't get me wrong, it don't mean stuff didn't happen. It just mean that out of sight, out of mind, people stay together and they work through their problems because nobody else actually seen it. So when it's in-house, we can work on it together and figure out what the deal is. And it ain't nobody feelings getting hurt. Ain't nobody else in your relationship talking about what they heard and what they seen you do and what such and such seen you do. They got video. You know what I mean? It's a different ball game
Like,
now.
like, like it's a lot different. It's a big difference between whispers, like it was back in the '90s, to actual hardcore footage.
Yeah.
Now this Remy Martin, this Remy Ma and Papoose situation,
Now that's different.
that's
That's
messy.
all the way different.
That's
Hey, he showed. Hey, man, when I say Papoose showed up at the battle rap
He did?
and beat my man in though, like
yeah,
nigga.
like he supposedly, but what still trips me out about that is that we didn't see the footage of it. Like, usually people pull
Yeah,
out like, where was the footage? We got
that's
eyewitness accounts, but
yeah.
we
And
do
they said,
see some footage.
but they said Buddy ran out of. Hey, Buddy flipped the hood and ran up out of there so quick he didn't even come back and do no interviews because he was supposed to do some interviews that night.
It was swole up.
Yeah, Buddy.
Hey man.
He hit him. He hit him with that red highlighter.
But hey, he really like a younger Papoose because he got Papoose whole swag.
They look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hate to
See,
say it.
that's the thing, though, bro. Like, for me, bro, both of these relationships, what really killed me is that both of them was relationship goals for a lot of people.
Right.
You know what I
That
mean?
part. And
That
listen,
That part.
okay, I've
That
never
part.
been married, right?
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
man has never been married, but you've been married. Something like this
Man,
for
I've
me,
been
I
married,
can't speak
boy.
for him. It scares me away from marriage, brother.
It makes you like.
Yeah.
It really
I
does
mean,
scare me away from marriage.
It makes you like, why we need marriage? Why do we need it? Shit.
And
You know?
it's to the point where people are looking at marriage is just like a regular relationship. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Right.
hey, we together today, we can break up tomorrow.
Right. That shit. Right. This
That
ain't no.
part.
This ain't no regular relationship.
Because nothing is under God anymore.
Right.
Hey, you know what? That's what society is pushing us to. Society is pushing us away from God. You know what I mean? With all the different structures that's coming out and all these different names with the genders. I ain't gonna get into that because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want nobody to get blocked.
Can't do that on here.
Hey, I know. As I said, don't want to get blocked. But that whole situation, man, like,
It's a
yo,
whole
that's
clusterfuck.
ugly.
We got a large
Yeah.
clusterfuck of do whatever you want to do.
It's
Yeah, man, I sent you a
it's
video,
almost like
man.
the
It was a
devil's
video a while
playground.
ago. It was a video I sent you a while ago. Dude was like, as one of them males, I can say whatever I want, and ain't nobody gonna get offended. Remember that video?
Yeah.
Walking through the parking lot, calling people all kinds of names. People just look
Yeah.
and let him go.
And nobody can
Call a
say
dude a
anything to
BA
him.
knee. Hey, dude called dude a BA ninja. And dude ain't do nothing. Dude was like, because he said yes after it. I was like, dang. Got away with it.
Listen, like, yo, we ain't gonna get into that, but all that just adds to the I don't want to say the wrong words. You understand what I'm saying?
The
I
agenda.
feel like it's a whole agenda.
User, we don't know, but there's a lot of ammo out there that they're not getting in front of. She hasn't said anything about it.
And he ain't
Papoose
saying
hasn't
nothing.
said anything about it. See,
Hey, Papoose a real one, bro.
he's super real. Man.
I feel like he's super real, bro. Like I feel like ain't nobody really like, bro. He sat down with her. He
Ain't
sat
nobody
down and did
sympathizing
that.
with that. Nobody sympathizing with that. But I mean, but like, listen, even if Remy didn't cheat, 85% of communication is nonverbal. I see the body language between her and Easy. You feel me?
But then again, she got so much love for battle rap. Period. That you know what I mean. Her eyes is gonna be big just
But
off
you still
of
can't.
good.
You still
artists.
can't mix business with pleasure when you're married.
You right.
Can't.
You right.
22
It's just bad.
Cakes 22. We do not know. It is alleged. It's really only resurfaced because of the battle the other day with Geechee Gotti, where he called out a lot of stuff and he was saying like that Easy has been doing a lot of chatting, and he got actual footage, audio of him chatting. He just too real to drop it. Like he just restirred the pot.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And we haven't. And the only time we've seen Remy and Papoose together was at that awards show, and body language didn't say they were together.
Nah,
But
not at all.
but she got pics with matching outfits out here with
My man's in
you know what I mean?
young Papoose.
Like and Tasha K with her getting to the bottom of shit. She done shared pictures of them having lunch together.
Wow.
Yeah, but he an artist though. Like she got him on a management deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Hey,
like she gotta be
Mr.
with
Ether,
dude on
you
the
are
regular.
right. Mr. Ether, you are right. Marriage is just something to do nowadays, it seems like. And
That's what it seems like.
my cousin in the block, he has been married. We haven't been married. So he has a different grasp on the situation than we do.
Man, and you know, when in that situation, it's like this. Like, man, like, hey, you know, I can see when you get married young and then you have those type of mistakes. But then it's like when you older and you done been through some things, it should be at a point where I've reached the point where I'm done with the bull, and you reach the point where you done with the bull, and we come with a level of realness that's unmatched and genuinely you. But that's the thing, people ain't coming with that genuinely you.
It's not.
People put on for the camera.
Say that again. You broke up at the end.
Like, don't give me. I said people put on for the camera. I was like, man, and I loved Tiana and them relationship, man. Like,
it was
hey, I thought
gold.
that was a real deal friendship.
It was goals, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, even in their breakup, they say, they're like, that's still my best friend. We talk every day. We just can't be together. What would make you want to separate from somebody that's your best friend, lover, business partner, and all that in one?
Right. Yeah.
And Impervious Marley G said, if you ain't get married back in the early 2000s, then it was over with.
That's wild. Oh, you're right.
Hey, she must have got married in the early 2000s, huh?
I'm telling you.
Hey, man,
if
but you missed that wave,
but,
it's a wrap.
But listen, like, out of all, like, it's a bunch of, like, okay, we're not even going to talk about Steve Harvey and Marjorie because we don't know what's to come of that. But
you called that out 2
in
years ago.
But they old school though.
Like 2 months.
But they old school, so even in it, he like, hey, we gonna work this out because we got too much benefit within the situation.
Yo,
he might fall in and out of love. Like, man, all the people that I know, man, that's been married for long periods of time, they went through a wave. They went up and down. They had times when they didn't like their significant other. They hated that mofo. But then after that, they came back together like it's nobody's business.
22K. Marjorie is most definitely about the bag. So is her daughter Laurie.
Oh yeah.
So is her daughter Laurie.
She was a dope dealer. Her ex was a dope man.
Yeah.
A couple
of them, man.
A couple of them was dope.
Hey,
man.
and they was family.
And
one she had kids with, the other one she didn't.
Cousins brothers. Cousins. That's crazy.
Okay, Cameron Smith says women want a wedding and not a marriage.
That's a fact. There's a lot of them out here like that, man.
So they want that show. By
the way, all y'all watch, let me get some likes. We ain't begging y'all for no money. Just tap the screen. Let's get some shares. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoy the conversation, feel free to send me an invite, and I will let you in.
So everybody want that attention. They want their brand day. They want the, and they
I
got the
think so.
song.
I think so.
They got the song they want to come down with too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like,
The niggas do.
that's what's pushed
Niggas want
to women from day one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know no dudes dreaming about their wedding day.
Not at all, bro. Not at all.
Never.
For real.
But I say this, man. I say this. Being married before, I realized that I didn't know the value of marriage, or I didn't know what true love was early in the game. So it's like I got married prematurely before I could actually grow into the man that I've become now and actually give full face value. And it was like I did what people perceive me to do. It's like, okay, this is what's right as a man, and that's what I would do, but that wasn't truly who I was. See, in a lot of relationships.
Why you doing this to me? Why you doing this to me? As
soon as you start preaching, they start reaching.
Why you doing this? Yo.
I agree with
Cuz. Come back, cuz. Where you at?
Hello?
Yeah, man. There you go.
You missed me?
Man.
Yeah.
You
You dropped out.
You was about to.
Yeah, I
you
said.
was about to unload
I was
on
saying,
me.
like, see, like, a lot of times, man, you know, people get in marriages, man, and they're living up to whatever they're perceived to be, what they're supposed to be based off of what they think or what they've seen instead of being a true authentic self. And when you're not your true authentic self, man, you lose in a little bit of the value that will bring strength to the relationship, because people need to see you in your entirety. You gotta be a hologram. You gotta be able to see through a person, know who they are inside and out before you get married. For real, man. Because if you hide who you are, eventually it's gonna come out. And then too, like, man, when you growing, you gotta make sure that your significant other is taking a piece of that. Like, y'all gotta grow together. Like, even if that ain't something that they want to be a part of, you gotta make sure that they're informed about what's going on in order for them to understand it. Because, man, like, even within the industry, you gotta think about it. If I live the industry one way and you not familiar with it, like you, bro, cuzzo, you be in the music industry for a long time. You've been in the media industry for a long time. Somebody got to understand your life before they choose to accept it. You got to communicate that with them. Absolutely. They got to see it in its full entirety before they say, I do, or let's walk down that aisle. That's a wrap.
All right. Damn.
I ain't gonna lie. If I ever do get married, whoever I get married to stuck with me.
Hey, man, now where I'm at mentally.
Ain't no divorce.
Hey, that's all I know.
Yeah.
Ain't no divorce. Divorce what? Leave who? All right, watch this.
Yeah, I'm done with that too, man. Like I said, like I told but you know what? And being that my marriage didn't work, you know what I mean? Like it made me hesitant to even remotely talk about marriage with anybody else.
Like,
and you know, and I went on a good time span where it was just me by myself, like, just to make sure that I could find me.
Okay, so which one of your marriages do you feel was the most prosperous, or the one that taught you the most?
Oh man, you know, this marriage that I just had, the last marriage I had, man, I learned a lot about finances. I seen the most money I've ever seen in my life, but I was unhappy. It's like, how do you have 80,000 in the bank and flipping houses and you got a trucking company and you got all these different things going on that bring in cash,
but you're not happy?
But you just unhappy.
Wow.
I was miserable because it for me it was like, yo, I didn't have a friend in sight. I was so busy. I come home and the only thing that she really was on was still on getting money. Don't get me wrong, it sound good. Like we both get into the bag, it sound real good. But then
no
when you can't laugh with a person, when you can't joke with a person, when you can't travel with a person, when you can't, it's like, yo, like this, it's like a never-ending job.
Hey, let me let CLU 48 talk. What you got to say, my boy?
Yo, man, I just wanted to say, man, I feel him on that. You know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, I'm a truck driver myself, man. You know, you're always busy, and then, you know, you get home and there's no conversation with your significant other, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, and a lot of our relationships and thing, the friendship part is gone. You
Yeah.
know, and if you ain't got that, man, then you know the
Right.
marriage is I don't care how much money you make, and I make good money. You know, when I go home, there's no communication. You know what I'm saying? So the friendship part is lost, and once that's lost, is a wrap.
Right.
You can do counseling and try to rebuild it and stuff like that, but
There you
you know,
go.
it's really up to the
How
two
many years in are you,
individuals.
fam?
Man, I'm 16 years in.
Oh
Wow.
wow!
16
Congratulations,
years
bro.
in, man.
Congratulations. So, and within that,
Thank you.
so you done seen your highs and your lows throughout your marriage. At times when you wanted to walk away, but you
Definitely,
still was in it.
Yep.
definitely,
And that's strength,
definitely.
man. Like that's
You know,
what builds a strong marriage. You know what I mean? Going through those things and coming back from it.
Right. Right.
I ain't trying to go through that battle, bro. It
And
seemed, it seemed unnecessary to me. At
see,
like
fam,
at this point in my life and how I've learned things in my life, I don't watch people to see certain things. I watch their mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like
And
that's how
you
I
gotta be optimistic though. You gotta go in it with a perspective that there's
listen.
somebody out there in the world for you. You know what I mean? It's
I
just about
am I am optimistic to that, but I just understand that we can do that without being married by law.
yeah. True. But a lot of women want that. They want to feel secure within that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I understand that. You know, but I was hesitant myself. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
And the lady that I got down, man, she showed me that she got my back through everything, bro. And within that, you know, I gotta work on my own issues in order to be a better person for her
Okay.
because she showed me better. Like when
Alright.
you got people that's really there to take care of you, look out for you, that really care about your well-being and not about a dollar,
I
you
agree.
gotta
yeah,
acknowledge that.
that's deep.
That's you,
Um,
That's
cuz.
deep.
I'm gonna
For
let
real, cuz.
Stacey dad. What's
Sheesh.
good, partner?
Oh, what's good with y'all?
We all right, man, on this evening.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I was just when I learned the aspect of marriage though is really like the word unconditional, unconditional love. Like you gotta
Mhm.
go through you gotta go through some of those battles to see that unconditional love really take place. You know what I'm saying? Because if
Right.
Right.
everybody
I
meets
agree.
your conditions, you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna be really worth to go through the battle and you gotta choose to be married every day. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Oh yeah,
You got to wake up every day and choose to be married, choose to be in your marriage, because if your mind is offset by just conditions, you ain't gonna last too long, brother.
Yeah.
no
That's fact.
doubt. No doubt. See, and that's the thing, man. You know, and within that, man, it gotta be like as a man and women in general, women too. It's like y'all gotta get rid of those insecurities. It's like you gotta work through you gotta have somebody willing to walk through those insecurities to give you that level of security to where that you can trust, respect, and honor those vows. You know
Shout
what I
out,
mean?
shout out
And with
Exotic
that,
Enhancements. Appreciate you. She says she's been married 26
Yo,
years, and that's 100% facts.
Man.
man,
By
because
the
I
way,
Congratulations.
feel
y'all,
like
we are not asking y'all for no money. Just give us a couple likes, tap the screen. Let's get a couple shares. And I know it's all men on this panel, but ladies, if you would like to join in, you are welcome. Just send me an invite. We give everybody free range to speak on
We
the
just have
topics at hand. We just having a general
conversation.
conversation. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
all.
This is not a debate forum.
Nope.
This is not a get on here and be forum. We don't
Nope.
do that here.
not
We
at
just give
all.
everybody their own space
We need a
to
solution.
speak. Yeah,
That's
There
we
you
try
go.
to get the
I was
solutions
kind of
here.
like, because I was kind of like TA, like I was listening when TA speak before I came up. I was kind of like in his situation where, you know, I had gotten married like super early, and I really didn't understand what it was about. You know what I'm saying? So, I doing that prematurely, it damaged me. It damaged me a
Yeah.
lot because once I got out of the burning building, I really had to like start over again and learn how to trust people and learning how to
yeah.
love like
Building
myself
yourself
Speak
correctly.
back
about
up.
it.
Like
Yeah.
I had to really start over again. I realized like it took I mean, I'm still kind of really, healing from it, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much time it was going to take to get to, to the point where I'm at now, to where I can actually kind of like, even have it in my mind, like, hey, yeah, I might potentially want to get married again. You know what I'm saying? Because for a while I was scared of it. I was like, man, I ain't never getting married
Yeah,
ever,
yeah. That was set.
ever.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, that's what I said. I said the same thing, man.
But y'all actually, you see the growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So y'all, so the evolve from the
Evolution.
evolution from both of you guys is dope. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Hey, because both of y'all sound like
Just
very,
like
very mature
yeah,
individuals.
Like I need to have y'all number.
Hey, but
I
that's
need to have y'all number. Like, hey man, shit.
hey, that's because we done been through something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It
like
sounds
after
like
you
it.
go
Yeah.
through it, man. Like,
I'm scared of
hey,
that.
man,
And listen, y'all the
hey,
best ones to
Cuzzo,
talk to.
you
Shit.
know,
Cuzzo, I told you, like, hey, Cuzzo, I told you after mine, man. I went through a long
You my cousin too now.
abstinence
You my
period.
cousin too.
I went through no doubt, fam. I went through a whole abstinence period, man, where I cleared my mind, cleared my body, cleansed my body, and man, I ain't messed with nothing for like a year,
Dope.
year and a half, and no
Dope.
longer did I succumb to sexual advances. Like you
Dope.
couldn't buy me with a cooch. The coochie can't buy me. Like you gotta have some
You're so
value.
much, you're so much stronger than me, man. You're so much.
Oh man.
Like listen.
Man.
I can take some time away. 3 months, cool. 4,
Yeah,
A
yeah.
year?
Hey,
about 5 months is.
hey,
That's dope.
hey,
Though. That's dope.
hey, when I say I was the most cut I had ever been, workout wise, I'm talking about my pocket right,
Hey,
my mind right, my money right, like my body
hey,
right. You couldn't tell me nothing.
hey, Marty McFly, I totally agree with you. But if you were here earlier for the conversation, you'll see that that's not what we're doing. We've totally separated the two. We're on real shit right now. So I totally agree with you. Like we can't compare celebrity marriages to what we got going on because all three of these individuals in these boxes right now could tell you a different real life story.
yeah, and plus celebrity marriage, they be hidden behind certain agendas, paychecks and statuses and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different, and that's the reason why you got to be careful about looking at these celebrities when they married and then trying to compare that to your union. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
Right.
Exactly. People buy into perception.
right,
People
and
buy
I
into
think
the
I think
perception
that's
of
Speaking
what
on
marriage is
another
perception
versus
reason
earlier,
why
people care more about
love
perception than
is
the
so
dollar
And the
nowadays.
dollar.
I think that's another reason why love is so faulty now in like real reality and real relationships, because it's always based off this fairy tale or this movie type persona of love. And so that when you don't, like I said, back to them conditions, like when it don't meet certain conditions, people ain't really ready to struggle, struggle for the real thing. You know what I mean?
Not together.
And that's
exactly.
I realized that, like, having somebody there to struggle with you in a way to get to that, and I'm not saying struggle necessarily just like financially or whatever. I'm talking about struggle to have genuine love in like the
Say that.
union in y'all life. You know what I'm saying? To have that real,
Preach, brother. Understand it.
Preach, brother.
Okay,
want
you
yeah.
know what I'm
want
saying?
want to
Like,
see you do better, so through that process of wanting to see you do better, it's not about you doing better for me, it's about you doing better for yourself so that we can be better together as that
right,
way. Like
exactly.
this ain't, a lot of times people want people to change, but it's
I
directed
do want to
towards
say
them.
this, bro.
But it's a
Right.
selfish change. It's a I want you to change so you can fit what I want to have going on.
My agenda, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what man, that's crazy. That's what when y'all said that, because that's how it was in my marriage. It would seem like she would voice something, and I looked up, and I was like, man, it's like I looked up, like I'm the only one that's changing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm the only one changing, you know what I'm saying, and you comfortable with what you are just being the same, I'm like, we never gonna get too far. So I began to like, I began to resent her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Man.
I used to look at her and really get angry and be like, man, like You know, because I felt like I was like being a husband. I felt like you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was doing what I need to do to be a husband. And it was just like, it was never enough. It was always something else I had
Hey,
to do for it to be,
say that.
Talk that talk, my boy.
right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey
Like,
man, you sound like you
And
was in my
ladies,
house.
and ladies,
You
I
sound like you
absolutely
was in
appreciate
my
what y'all
house.
are saying in the comments. One lady says, y'all need this every week." And Jade Mix said her first marriage was like that. And we really need y'all input on these things, lady. This is a solution based podcast.
Yeah,
We're not here to bicker and beef.
We need
Those days
solutions.
are over, and we're tired of that.
Damn that shit.
Yeah.
We
Hey,
not
hey,
against each
man.
other.
yeah, we need some
Hey,
help.
Solutions.
yes, yeah.
Hell.
Hey. Hey, I really felt like you was in my house, man. Cause I swear I felt like I lost a piece of who I was. But then towards the end, it was like, I was like, yo, I was like, let's take some trips. I need you to like, I see where I have changed and I become a better man financially.
Yeah.
But as far as our relationship, we need to build. So in order to build, I need to take you a little bit further into my world and who I am. So that was the first time that I told her, hey, let's take a sabbatical. Let's do a whole month and just jump country to country. And I was like, first stop Africa, and then we'll go to Thailand, and then we'll go to Dubai, then we go to different places. Man, hey, she told me, no, I got too much stuff I want to do, business-wise. I said, hey, if you don't go, I'm going by myself because I've been working nonstop. I need to do that for
I
me.
need this break.
I said, I need us to go. And man, hey, all the way up until the flight, and she still said no. So I was like, okay. I was like, I'm gone. And I went. I had to take that trip for myself. And man, you know, from that point on, I just started adding little pieces of who I was into the relationship. And she was like, I don't like this man.
So your sabbatical was pretty much the start of the ending.
And it was. But I said, come with me. I said, man, I had custody of my boys. You already know I had custody of my boys for years. So it's like at that point in time, my boys were going with my mother to be with her for the summer. So I'm like, let's take 1 month and just
Fat
go.
Divas, thank you. Appreciate you.
My, the crazy thing about when I got married, cause I was a ball player. I walked on. I did some. I walked National JUCO in Oregon. And I walked on at University of Oregon for like a year or two or whatever. And so I was kind of doing the long distance relationship thing. You know what I'm saying? Like with her, like
Don't
we had.
scary.
Like we was like the crazy thing about us, we was middle school sweethearts.
Wow.
So
So
we
we
was
was
like,
all the way there.
yeah. So it was like I knew who I wanted to be with. Like it wasn't no question about it. You know what I'm saying? Like and when it got hard for her because I was out of state, and so it would go back and forth between her saying like she need to be around me and this and that or whatever, and then ball kind of took a left turn and it wasn't working out. So like I had a choice whether I could struggle and go chase after my dream and ball, or come back home and be with the girl I want to be with. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like the choice. You know what I'm saying? So I made the choice. Like you know what? I'm gonna just go back home.
Stood on that. You went
Cause I
home, stood on that.
I can go ball at home too. You know what I'm saying? Like I still can go to school, go ball and all these things. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up getting married, and then it was like soon as we got married, like she just like tanked on me. Like and I mean like I was like devastated because I was like, man, I could have just. I'm like, I can't get that back. I can't get them
that
ball
back.
years
Right.
back. Like, you know
Oh
what I'm
shit.
saying? So
So like, if
I
like, what do you
I
mean
mean, and
by
it used to
tank?
break me down. It used to
Like,
break
what
me
exactly
down,
did
brother.
she do?
Like when she would do stuff like, you know what I'm saying? Like we'll wake up in the morning, the first thing she'll do is like like one of them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Start the day off wrong. Like, oh, I'm tired of
yeah,
you.
like, and I'm like, man,
Hey, yo,
but
I'm gonna tell you
I
where
was
the
so,
problem came in. Y'all
at
really
this,
didn't know each other, man. Y'all didn't know who y'all had turned into in your time apart. Because you said it was long distance. Both of you obviously grew in that time apart. And prior to you leaving, y'all weren't in the situation where y'all was in the same vicinity around each other for a large period of time.
How you feel when you think about like I should have stayed? You have that sometimes?
Oh, bro, I went through a whole depression state on that,
Oh
bro.
my
Like
God,
Oh yeah.
I,
Understand
I, because
Ladies,
all I
please
ever
know
did.
that men go through depression too.
sure.
Hey,
We
I
No,
went
just
through
yeah.
don't
functional. I went through
voice it like
functional
y'all.
depression. Like
Look,
I just
look,
drowned myself in the work.
look. I've been playing basketball since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
I played my first year of contact football in junior high school. I was the number 2 wide receiver in Northern California.
Oh
I
wow.
I played baseball and I was like the top prospect on right field. I can guarantee you I was getting a letter from any college you can think of. Any college you can think of.
Mm.
And so so all that transpired, I tried to, I chose hoop and hoop didn't work out. So my thing was like, all right, my thing was like the ceiling is overseas. I can go at least go overseas and do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but going through that full support, I thought I had her by my side. So I went
Right.
and chose her to be like, yo, let's do this together, grind together. And when it
And it
got
didn't work out like that.
and me, I ain't gonna lie. I was so in love with her. I didn't give a damn if we lived in a box. If I was with her, that box was it was everything. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how the situation was. So when I started to see like she wasn't like rip me like that, like she was like, man, I don't know if she thought I was like a meal ticket or what. I don't know. Like, but to this day, I was thinking to myself, like, man, like if I'd have known that, I'd have just stayed in ball. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd have just
So
stayed in
which one of
ball.
you filed for divorce?
This was in 2017.
Mm-hmm. Who
And
filed for divorce? Was it you or her?
so it was me
Yeah, same
because
here. It was me.
it got to the point where we would like be just at each other's throat and we didn't care about what we was saying to each other. We was just trying to hurt each other. And by this time we got a little 1-year-old, we got a little baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, and one thing I'm happy about, I didn't have my child out of wedlock. I had my child within the marriage, you know what I'm saying? I was actually like proud of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it still kind of like set off a generational curse of just not, because my mom wasn't with my dad. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that made me depressed, because I was like, damn, I'm doing this cycle thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, please share the live because who you know ain't who we know, and they may want to join in on the show. Just share the live. We ain't asking y'all for no money.
And this
You know
conversation
what I'm
is
saying?
dope.
But this conversation is real dope around here, and this is how we keep it. This is not a beef debate here. This is a solutions situation here.
Damn, homie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, going through that. I went through a depression state because one thing, I didn't have ball, so I had to figure out who I was outside of sports. You know what I'm saying? I had an identity issue because all I ever did was play ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My providence was in sports. You feel me? So anything outside of that, I had no clue. I was in uncharted territory. So I went through a depression with that. Then getting divorced, that was even more weight because I'm like, man,
Yeah.
everybody in my family, all the male leaders in my family, they married, you know what I'm saying, and been married for years, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, man, I felt like I was a disgrace. Honestly, like I was
bro.
Damn.
It does
Yeah, that's.
exist.
I mean, that's how I felt. You know what I mean? It's like, you go through marriage and you try to figure out how to save it, how to work on it. But then at some point, it's like, man, I went through marriage counseling. So we went through marriage counseling before, and then we went through marriage counseling after, like towards the end. And that was to try to see if we can figure out a way to communicate more effectively to make it work. You know what I mean? To understand each other, because at a certain point, it just seemed like no matter what you said to the person, they didn't understand you.
and
Did
they
the
wasn't
counseling
hearing
help?
you. It was like talking to a brick wall.
Exactly, man.
So did the counseling help?
Yeah, it did actually. It made it let you see if this was something that both of y'all was trying to work on or not. You know what I mean? Because if you got one that's all the way in on the counseling and the other one ain't, you already know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's already, the counselor will see it. They'll tell you what it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
That's what they're paid to do.
That's what they paid the damn do. Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah,
man. And
my
that was
dad,
it for me.
I had a conversation with my dad and it changed my whole mindset. Like literally like I called him. I was working at the airport at the time as working for Southwest, and so it was just all going downhill. And by this time the family got wind of it, everything that's going on. My dad called me. He told me something. He said if the building is burning, you don't have to stay in it. And when he said that, like my mind just changed like immediately. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have to preserve my mind at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it got to. It didn't even get to like whether or not I should stay married or not. It was just like, nah, protect your mind.
Protect your peace, man. Protect your peace of mind.
Oh man,
Yeah,
yourself.
Go.
Yeah.
You only get one.
And so I told her at the time, I said, I said we need to separate. And I said, because, and this is when I realized what true love was from the separation. I was like, if you're a better person without me, I need you to go be that.
Yeah.
So I can go be a better person, you know what I'm saying, through this, because I said what we're doing right now is detrimental to both of us. I said I don't like talking.
And the child.
And the kid, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, this is just getting bad. And I was like, I don't like talking to you as if I don't love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I need to be talking to you like you some random person off the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Start feeling forced, right? Start feeling like a forced
man. You know what I'm saying?
So let's switch it up though. Let's switch it up. Let's go into what could we have done differently to know who you should have been with, you know what I mean, to make sure that the person that you're getting into a relationship with is the right person for you. And how
Well, from the outside looking in, I would suggest that before you even think about marrying somebody, y'all should go get counseling.
Yep.
Y'all should go get, like, just from the outside looking in, go get counseling prior to getting married. I'm talking about not just marriage counseling. Yeah. Go get spiritual counseling.
Yeah.
Go to the gym, test each other. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
be your true, authentic self.
And personally, me, what I would say, just because of what I've been through, go after what you want to go after first.
Yeah,
if you got some ambitions and you got a plan, stick to the plan, because you don't want to come into a relationship and saying, man, I should have, or you don't want to just be resentful. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got something on your heart that you want to do, man, put all your energy into that first. Try to become the man that you envision first. You feel me? Like, gotcha. and then you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna settle down, go ahead and do that. But
okay. Fellas, we have a lady on the panel. Nakisha.
Hey guys.
Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, how you doing?
How you feel about this?
Okay, so I've been married twice. My first marriage, I was 18. I was pretty young. And when I met my husband, because I'm from the islands, so when I met him, he said, I like you, I want to be with you, let's get married, and I'm going to fall for you and take you away. Now, bear in mind, this is a total stranger to me. We just meet, right? So in the space of like a couple months, because where I'm from, there's a lot of poverty. So basically, I was running from the poverty. So I started pretending to like this person. Yes, I did like him, but I did not love him. I did not
marry him, but
I liked him.
But you wanted to get out of your situation. Totally understood.
I just wanted to leave the poverty, right?
Right.
So it ended up that both of us, we started having arguments because he doesn't like certain things. I don't like certain things. It was just chaos, because guess what? Everything was not mutual. I was not in it for love. I was in it for the opportunity. He wanted a wife, but I could not give that to him because all I wanted was to know that I'm in a different country. I can get 3 meals a day, because I was not used to being that way. I'm only used to eating maybe one time for the day. you know?
Yeah.
So it was never a mutual understanding with marriage. And before I say this, I just told him, you know what? This is not gonna work. Because even though I am suffering, even though, things are bad where I'm from, I could never say I'm gonna marry to you and give you me for the rest of my life when I know I am not in love with you.
Right.
So I told him, leave, just cancel the filing, and that's it. My mom filed for me years after. But now, when I'm looking at it, I said I did the right thing. People
You
were
did.
saying, "Oh, she's stupid, and she's running away from the. It's not an opportunity. This is somebody's life.
Right.
Yeah.
This is somebody's life. This is
Hey,
this is somebody who
you a
has
real one for that,
feelings.
baby.
And
This
and
is
listen.
somebody who has genuine feelings, and if they love you and you don't love them, let them know.
Go.
Yeah.
Let them know. Do you know why 99% of these marriages are failing?
Why?
Because these people are going into the relationship for the wrong things. I love her because her ass is fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want her because oh, she have a pretty face. Oh,
Yep.
she could have my kids. And
And
then
her
guess what?
attitude
When the
sucks.
beauty fades away,
Yep.
Yeah, because it
that's
does.
when they don't want you anymore. And with the female, she's like, oh, all right, I'm gonna marry him because he has money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry him because his people has money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry him because I can go live in a bigger house. When at the end of the day, when the bills start coming in, you're like, oh, I didn't marry for this. When times start getting hard, oh, I want to leave. I didn't sign up for this. No, it has to be a mutual understanding. I want to get married to you because I am marrying your soul.
I
I'm
want to
not
spend the
marrying
rest
your
of my life
face.
with
Yep.
you. Marriage is supposed
Yo,
to mean
you heard what she said?
I want to spend the rest of my
I'm
life.
marrying your soul.
I'm marrying your soul.
God damn.
Because beauty
Goddamn
fades.
comment of the night.
Oh man. Oh my God.
Comment of the night, sweetheart.
Damn.
Because that's actually what marriage is supposed
That's
to
what
be.
it is. I'm
I
marrying your
am marrying
soul.
your soul. I fall in love with your soul, and I want you to be my partner. I wanna experience what life is like with this soul. That's it.
Right.
There's nothing more to it.
Want to do life with this person. Yep. You wanna be able to go up with the ups and downs with
Exactly.
that person.
So when times get rough, I'm supposed to say, all right, I could hold you down. And that's the reason why a lot of these marriages are failing. Believe me, because it's the opportunities. It's the opportunities that they're looking forward to. They're not looking forward to no tough times. Nowadays, when you see
Right,
people
Rain
married,
Ocean.
when you see people getting married and you hear the pastor say, for better,
Yeah.
for worse, nobody wants to answer that part.
Right.
Hey, y'all, real quick. I want y'all to understand, all 294 of y'all that are watching.
Yeah.
This
I
is
just saw a
what we
video
do
like that.
here. We try to get to the solution of things. We try to get to the basis of what we're really trying to accomplish here. This is not a us versus them. This ain't a red pill, blue pill conversation. This
It's
is a
finding a
conversation among
solution.
adults.
It's
And
finding a
thank you, Nikisha.
solution.
There you
Chosen
go.
one, you want to join in on this conversation?
Yeah, I've kind of been listening to y'all, bro, and I mean, she makes a good point. But what I find out with relationships, man, is that people just can't deal with authentic. If you're an authentic and real person, and you too honest, sometimes some people just can't deal with you being who you are. People
Who
can't
you
deal with you
are.
being
Who
honest.
you are.
Now, brother,
Who you are.
that's a true statement because that's something that I go through. I'm not the type of person that's going to give you the truth dressed up. I'm not going to give you the pretty little lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have time to be
Whatsoever.
trying to remember a lie. You feel me? So that's my number one thing is I'm a little too blunt. And my last relationship, I was told that I don't know how to dress shit up enough to bring it across. But you knew that's what you were getting into when you first dealt with me. And you knew this. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
And honestly, I have lost a lot. I mean, I
But
have dated some
but
decent
that's the
women, but
reason.
Say it again.
I had lost a lot of women due to what you say. I don't dress it up. I'm just it is what you. It is what it is. You get what you get, and I be authentic and I be honest with it because I mean I have a thing to say. If I can't lie to God, who the hell are you? So
Right.
if it's gonna hurt your feelings or if it's something I done, I ain't got to worry about coming back trying to change what I said because I was young before. I know how I used to get caught up in my lies. But when you get older and you just kind of be ready to fall and find real love, I mean, like I heard the female say if somebody generally loves somebody and they don't love them, just to be honest. My thing I found out people didn't want to know who I was. They want to kind of put me in a box to say, okay, you. They kind of went off my emotions and my vibe instead of going off who I really was. That's why I kind of go off energy, because most people that done some shit, I'm like, you didn't have to lie to me about that. All you had to do is tell me. You're not
Right.
gonna hurt my feelings. I
Right.
feel better. I can respect you being honest, and I think people lost the respect to be honest. To be telling the truth. I mean,
The
if you hurt
R word.
somebody's
The
feelings,
R
if you
word.
hurt somebody's feelings, you tell the truth. I can respect you telling the truth more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to
I'd rather you be mad. I'd
Super
rather you be
Deanne. She
mad at
says,
me.
let's get back to black love, building black families. And I totally agree with her on that. Let's get back to building generational lineages of
And all
family.
that comes from communication. We got to really be able to communicate who we are authentically. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Stop trying to put on to please somebody. You know what I mean? Like, majority of a relationship, a lot of times is people please. Like, you're doing what the other person thinks they want you to be, or it got to be a point where you be who you are and the best version of you, as far as like your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and everything. And if that person is meant to be there with you, then they will.
Right.
Man, like we tell a lot of times, man. I just found it where people say I did this because this is what he wanted, or I did this because this is what I know she wanted. That's right there is the reason why y'all didn't work, because y'all was focusing on the other person instead of doing what you're supposed to
You
do
supposed to
and
What you
do.
supposed
finding
to
your
do?
purpose, and then being aligned, and then that person that you're supposed to be with is going to be aligned with your purpose. Y'all,
Hey,
It's
y'all,
not
off
a,
y'all
it's not a
energy just ain't
marriage
230,
fit.
y'all.
sentence. It's
Off,
marriage is
off
not a death
230, y'all. Let
sentence.
us get some likes, some shares. We ain't asking for no money. Couple likes, couple shares. If you're enjoying the conversation, feel free to type away.
Go ahead, baby girl.
Sorry,
Marriage,
my bad
marriage
for
is
cutting you off.
not marriage is not a death sentence. That's what people think.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
as soon as you get married, you're gonna have to stop doing certain things. You can't dress the way how you want to dress. You can't go have dinner with your boys no more. You can't go have drinks out with your boys no more. And that's where things
Yeah,
go sour. That's where
that's how
things
it
go
goes.
sour. Because
I
guess
agree.
what? You met me. You met me every Thursday night. You know that I have drinks out with my boys, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as soon
Yep.
as you put the ring on the finger, oh, you can't do this no
Yep.
more. You can't do that no more. And then everybody starts to get miserable in the house.
Yep.
The
And your
conversation
boy
stop,
and your boys see it automatically.
right? The conversation stop, right?
Yep.
So the house is quiet. It's basically like a freaking like a ghost town because you're
Mm-hmm.
not talking, the person is not talking,
Yeah.
and that's when the strain of the relationship it starts getting worse. It's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that ever. My grandparents, my great grandparents, they got married, they stayed married. They got children out of their marriage, they went back together, they fixed things. That's
Yeah.
what you
Mm.
do. You
That's how
fix
it
it.
was.
You
That's how it was.
That's really
because
how
that's
it
what
That's
was.
you
how it
want.
Yeah.
was.
It's something that you want, so you fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect, even
And
in
they
marriages. But it's a commitment. So guess what? If you're gonna do it, you work on your damn self first.
Yeah.
There
If
you
you was the
go.
type of
Totally
person where
agree.
you love more than 5 gal, you
I
work
totally
on
agree.
yourself. You go
yeah, man.
you don't need marriage counseling. You go seek somebody who you can talk to and you tell them, listen, I'm this type of person. I love more than 5 women, but this special person is who I want to spend my life with. Right?
Shout out
So
Rain
you go
Ocean. She
work
Yep.
came
on
from
yourself
But
Mississippi
you know
and
too.
what?
she
Can,
and it's
can
the
I just
same
say?
thing with
Can I just
her.
say one thing?
That's some
One
real
thing.
shit.
One thing men catch hell for is that right there, though. Is when
What is
we
that?
actually take when we actually take the opportunity to be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
we get hell for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's
Yes.
why a lot of the
Communication.
times.
But you
Yes.
see the communication of, did you see the communication? The honesty is there, but
A lot of folks don't want
that
honesty,
watered
man.
down, that
Right.
shit's got
Yeah.
to be watered
Yeah.
down so
You're
good.
not in a position mentally to actually receive the honesty that you want. You know what I'm saying? So, and that goes for men and women. That goes for men
Right,
and women. I mean, that's not
right.
one sided or
Hey,
whatever.
hey,
But
hey,
Absolutely.
can I ask y'all a
what
question?
I believe is that being your authentic self is not only treating yourself with respect, but respecting the other party as well. Because I'm giving you an opportunity to choose whether or not you want to deal with somebody like me. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like
And this is
that's
all of
the
me.
real gift of being authentic.
Yep, yep. This is all of me. This is
Right,
all
right,
of me.
right, right.
Because
All.
everybody, if we honest, everybody has a bag of BS. Everybody.
What? Of
You
We
know,
course.
all come with some
you
bullshit
know
to
what
us
I'm
now.
saying?
Like
But
none of
but
us are
but
perfect.
Yo,
but me presenting my bag of BS is now giving you the opportunity to say, hey,
I
okay, I
don't
can
want it.
partner with something like that. You
I
know what
don't
I'm
want
saying?
it.
Right? Or I don't want it.
I
I
don't
can't
want
do
it.
that. You feel
Credit
me?
to
Like
God. Credit to
Exactly.
I'm gonna pray for you from a distance.
Damn. I need a
Yeah. And
700.
I'm
I got a 650. I can't do it.
yeah. And I'm big on that, man. Like I have a conversation. Like I always say, never take away a person's right to choose. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Because
yeah,
within that, like a
yeah.
lot of these relationships, man, you not being your true authentic self
Mhm,
leads you to cheating or leads you
mhm.
to giving somebody else your time, your energy,
Talk
all the
about the
things
other
that
person.
exactly or
So what
sharing
y'all think about?
exactly.
Because
So,
y'all
so,
use
so
the
what do y'all think about the Boosie comment when Boosie was talking about how social media messed things up and you sitting at home looking
Absolutely.
at like Boosie was saying how you met women
Absolutely.
before you met social media. You kind of met them in town. You might have one across town, and I
Yeah.
think love turned
Now
superficial when
everybody
we
got
started looking at
options.
when we
Everybody got
started
options now. Well, everybody think they got options
yeah, but
Until
everybody
they
think
meet
they
their
got
options.
until they meet their options and they realize that it's real.
I don't want them
Listen,
options.
it's real life shit in the dating pool, brother.
Oh my God. I
Yeah,
don't want them.
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful of not to accumulate certain mindsets about who you
Man,
want to be with what you've been with in the past too. You can't
I was
allow
gonna
Yeah.
your
say that.
past to
But
regulate
you
your
gotta wake
future
up. You gotta be with
because
something you want to be with, though. That's the whole point. I can't be with nothing I
No.
can't wake up with. If I can't wake up with it, I'm not gonna play with it. I'm not gonna deal
But
with you.
but that's
Yeah.
another thing.
But
A lot of
how
people
many
don't
men are
truly
actually
know what they
thinking that
want.
way though?
You know, like
Let,
I
let
mean,
me
but
say,
that's
you
fact,
might
though.
think
I mean, that's being honest with myself. If I can't work up with you, I'm not gonna play with your mind. I'm not gonna play with your heart. If I know I'm not into
that's a
you, I'm
good
not
thing.
gonna be into you. I'm not just gonna lay down just to lay down. I'd rather lay down because I mean, people had an old saying, "Oh, I want to get a big girl to pay what she weigh." I always wanted the cute girls to pay what the big girls weigh. Because they gonna pay the same thing.
he a
If I
real
gotta get a
okay,
big one to pay the same
he's
thing,
a
So,
real
if I gotta get
okay,
a
OG,
big
fellas,
bro.
one to
fellas,
get a
fellas, fellas,
pay, you
fellas, hold
right.
on. The lady was speaking. Let's let the lady on the panel speak.
Okay.
I just think that we are adults. We're not kids, We're definitely not
Yeah.
children. It's a conscious decision that you make when you decide to go before God and before everybody in your family and say, I do. I want to cherish you for the rest of my life. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. That was a conscious decision. There was nobody holding a gun behind you. Nobody saying, "Oh, you have to do this," or you could run away if you wanted to.
want to
That's
You
raise
it.
fun?
understand? You could run away if you wanted to,
Yep.
but you decided that this is what you want. And another thing I want to say too, real quick, this is what mess up everything for me when I see people breaking up, in marriages. It's the opportunity of getting alimony, the opportunity of
Ah,
getting alimony, the opportunity of getting child support, the opportunity of
Mm.
still having you in a chokehold as a man or as a
Yeah.
female because it's on both
Yeah.
sides,
The third
getting that
party.
money. Oh, let me just marry to him for 5 years because I know I'm gonna
The
get
third
all
party.
that money from him. Let
Yep.
me stick around. Let me pretend with you for 5 years, thinking that, oh, this is somebody who I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with, and then you just pop the question, oh, I want a divorce.
But women are cold at though. Women could hold their emotions and play that role. Most men don't play that. If a man
Hey,
gonna be a
yo,
Hey,
player, a
hey,
don't
man gonna
play
be a
that.
player.
hey, Sideshow Sean,
Yo,
don't do that, bro.
yo,
I said,
We ain't gonna battle back and forth.
I mean, it's
man.
not a battle. I'm just saying, but you
no, no, no,
can't
no, no.
really.
I'm talking to one of the commenters.
But I'm just saying, I mean, to me, man, love today is just superficial. I mean, I
It
think
is.
everybody's looking for something
Absolutely.
with a motive before they even meet somebody instead of meet somebody for
Absolutely.
love. Because I got an old
Like a
saying.
TV.
Yeah.
I think loyalty is the new love, and love is the new like. Because if you still think you love somebody, you only like them because you're still trying to figure them out. So that's the way I look at it. I'm looking at the Papoose and Remy. Like I looked at Geechee Gotti do his little battle rap, and you look up to people like that. You look up to relationships like Papoose and Remy, and you look at
Definitely.
Beyonce and
Absolutely.
Jay Z,
Yeah, we
and you
said
look
that
at these.
earlier. Like those were goals. Those were
Yo,
marital goals.
Yeah, I mean, I look up to those black couples like that because they fighting through the grind, man. They sticking
right.
together. So when I saw Remy and Papoose going through this, I'm like, oh man, the
Why?
devil just working extra hard, you know?
Why? Y'all supposed to be old together. Y'all supposed to get old
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Hell,
There's nothing
Um,
more powerful on this earth than a black couple. And I believe
nothing
that.
more.
There's nothing
I
more
believe that too.
powerful
I
on this
agree.
earth than a black man, a black king, a black god, and a black
I agree.
woman. There's
I agree.
nothing more powerful on this
Absolutely.
earth.
That's
Talk
why I
that
feel
talk,
bad. That's
baby.
why I feel
Hey,
bad for Papoose.
and that goes on both sides. It's like it's nothing more
take my hat
powerful
off,
on a
baby.
positive way and on a negative. When it's toxic, it's
I mean,
explosive. When
it's
when
fully
it's
toxic.
beautiful,
Yeah.
it's on a whole nother level, man.
Right,
And,
It's
and
right.
and with
toxic.
that, man, when you both on the same wavelength, like when that same frequency hit, oh man, it ain't nothing you can't do.
You can do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can do.
Together
Exactly.
at that.
Together at that.
Together.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That
That
part.
energy,
That
that
part.
energy, that energy. That energy. That energy
Food for the
moves
soul, right there.
mountains. That energy moves mountains.
See?
But I do think that women and some men think that they think the phrase "the good get used" is normal today. And when you have a good heart, people feel like they could use that, or they taking advantage of you, or you gullible. And I think that too interfere with a lot of relationships. Because I'm trying to
Yep.
just allow you to do
Yep.
some things. I'm not trying to
Yep.
demand you to do some things.
Yep.
And you taking the difference between me allowing you to do something as me being stupid and a fool. I'm just allowing you to do some certain things because I'm trying to be optimistic with this. But when people take that to their head and they get real gangster with it and they feel you like you the fool. Like I feel bad for Papoose because Papoose held Remy down. He held her down in
Yeah.
jail. He
I
stayed
mean,
by her
but
side.
we don't know the full details on it. Let's
No, no,
focus
no. I'm,
on
I'm just saying.
rumor.
I'm just saying. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
It can be. It
Can
can
I
be
speak on?
all
Yeah.
for
No, but I hear what you're
distraction.
saying. I hear what you're saying though, Chosen.
Trying to
When
break us
it's
up.
like
You
your
see?
kindness, that kindness for weakness thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they play their kindness for weakness and they try to use that and you just allowing people to do certain things. It's not like you getting over on me. Like I told my ex-wife, I said everything you done, I allowed you to do. You didn't pull no rugs, you weren't pulling no game. I
Yeah.
just allowed you to do that because everything she done, I called it out. And when I
That's why.
moved on away from that, you trying to sit there and deny that and you keep your energy on what you think you didn't do when you know you did it. And I learned one thing about living in the matrix, man. That's why I call myself the chosen one, because I escaped the matrix, man. And emotions will tie
Mm-hmm.
you down, and emotions
Mm-hmm.
will own your body, and it will break your body. You get drunk on chicken wing because I was that hurt. I mean, come on, man. That's pain, man. That's pain.
Listen, man.
Boy.
Emotions
And I,
really
and
alter
that,
who you are as a person.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
you
Yes.
allow
If
them.
you allow it, you gotta
And that's
break
why I
yourself
feel like
up.
us as men though in general though I feel like in today's society they move too emotional. You know what I mean? Because like
Right.
we're
Right.
supposed to operate off of logic, man. Like your
Mm-hmm.
logic and
Logic.
understanding should be the head. Like you supposed to,
Yeah.
the fraternal order of God has always been God, man, woman, child. And and with
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
that, the further you go up, it's supposed to be more logical thinking within that
Yeah.
instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
the reason why God made it in that order. And,
Mm-hmm.
and, and until you understand that and you start to think in a logical manner, you're gonna always have dysfunction because you can't be on the same mindset when it comes to the children and women gonna be emotional. They're meant to take care of us, to provide us, to cuddle us. They're supposed to read that emotion. We sometimes we lose sight of that. But we're supposed to never lose sight of the fact of what you're supposed to be doing as a man, as the head of the household, as the leader. And when I say head of the household, I'm not talking about just financially. I'm just talking about within your logical thinking and going to God to get an understanding, so that when you come to her, you're speaking to her from the Lord, or whatever you believe in, and you're not speaking from your emotions.
Talk that talk,
Talk that talk, cuz.
Talk that talk,
Cuz. Talk that
That's
talk,
also
cuz.
good. That's
Yep.
bro. That's spot on. And I think
That's
that's
it.
that's because
That's it.
I
That's
think
it.
that's because emotionally,
Cuz, that's it. That's
huh?
it. That's it. Right there. That's it. But go
He's
ahead, though.
speaking
Go
No, he's
ahead.
right.
facts.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I just think emotionally, it's been a misplaced disposition between men and emotions, and that's why we can't use them properly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Y'all.
Yeah.
people try to
Okay,
make
can
it
I
Because
ask
seem.
you men a question
they
though,
Properly
Kevin?
trained,
use
they
your
were
Y'all
emotions.
paying
trained,
That's
attention.
the
they think
Y'all
men
paying
don't have
attention
emotions,
over
Yeah,
there.
or a man is
exactly. That's
supposed to
exactly.
just
They
be a
think
man.
men
A
don't
man not
have. They
supposed
think
to have
men don't have
emotion.
emotions. So by the
Yeah.
time it gets to men, you like using emotion is to become unhealthy. That's like me.
Right.
That's like me trying to line somebody hairline up with a weed whacker. If I'm not using the right tool the right way.
And there you go. There you go.
But you get
And,
what I'm saying. You get
and
what
you're
I'm
right
saying
with that.
though. See,
And it's
people
like,
think, but see,
yeah,
if I'm doing that, if
you
I'm
don't.
trying to
It's like
line
you
you
don't know
up, if
how
I'm trying
much
to
or how
Damn.
little.
Yeah.
hold on. If I'm trying to line you up with the weed whacker, people gonna think that the weed whacker is not a suitable tool. No, the tool is suitable. You just using it the wrong way.
Wait.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you still can use that tool. You got to use it in the right way for it to be effective. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Exactly.
that's the way the
And you
displaced.
and
Go ahead.
that's exactly what it is with us, man. You're right, bro. Like you spot on with it. But it's being and that emotion is being overly used in today's society.
Oh, man.
Like come on now, this new generation is highly emotional, even within the chasing of a man. Like men wanting to be chased, and a woman, and you know what I mean. It's like, man, you want a woman to chase you. Like that's something that's not. I don't understand.
Hey, listen.
The
It no
reason you
longer.
don't understand
Listen,
is this.
I know all 250 of y'all watching right now. Y'all didn't think that this type of conversation can exist.
Oh,
It does
man.
exist
Yeah,
here.
right.
We're not on here bashing one
'Cause we
another.
want solutions.
We're here learning one another.
That's what it is.
We're here trying to get to a solution,
Yeah.
so we don't end up divorced
Yeah.
or in bad marriages. This is preventative conversation, and I appreciate all y'all. I just want y'all to know that.
And we got some dope ass teachers
And
on
listen,
the panel.
we got 5 dope ass individuals
We got some
on this
dope-ass
panel, and we
teachers on the
really
panel.
appreciate y'all.
I'm talking about teachers.
Hey, can I speak?
Say it again.
I'm talking about teachers on the
Hey,
panel.
it's Chris, bro. Can I say something?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man.
Talk to us.
Man, I'm not gonna bash nobody, anything like that. And I don't know all the topic matter, but I'm seeing Tiana and Shumpert. I'm seeing Papoose. I seen something about Papoose and Remy. Remy was supposed to be mine anyway after she did that magazine script. But anyway, um, Tiana,
I
I'm gonna
remember
be.
that.
Let's start with Tiana and them. Let me say this, and the women on here don't get upset. Just hear me out. I never knew anything about Tiana Taylor other than the fact that she was with Shumpert and all that. That's about the only thing I knew. And then we start talking about videos. We start talking about fitness. We start talking about dance. And then now, if you look at Kevin Samuels' playbook,
Oh Lord, hey! You can't say that on here. It's TikTok.
It's the
You
king.
can't talk about.
I'm sorry. My apologies. I didn't know the etiquette. My apologies. My thing is, when you look at logical reasoning to non-accountability, you see things here. And the reason I say it that way is this right here. Without bruh, we would not. She would be. What was the girl who did the dancing flash dance? Beautiful young lady. She
Hold
would
on
be the
though.
girl who did the water splashing on you in flash dance
and get a mediocre career.
I mean, we can't take away
No.
from
Hold
her
on,
talent, yo.
now. Now,
Like she probably
she
would have
did a
been
lot.
serious without him, yo.
Yeah. So she was a
Courtney get
choreographer.
busy, dog.
She's been
Like I can't take it away
she's
from her
been a
talent.
choreographer.
And listen, like she comes from a legendary family. You gotta understand, like her destiny was what it was. Now, did the relationship with Iman help? Absolutely. Absolutely. But we can't put it all on Iman because he benefited from the situation also.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he benefited, no doubt.
She's
He
super
benefited no
talented.
doubt. I wish he
She
had
was
about
a
3 more
corporate
years
when
in
she
the
was
youth
like
club.
15, 16.
I mean, 2K22, we know Iman because we are sports fans.
Yeah.
Y'all know Tiana because y'all watch reality TV, and him and her have had a show, and like you gotta remember, like she was on a bunch of reality TV shows,
Her
like
music, maybe.
like the band, all type of shit. Like she been out here because of who her parents are. She's not from a unprivileged situation. You know what I'm saying?
And she was a choreographer as well. She was a choreographer. She was a writer.
Your phone breaking up bad,
She
bro.
was like, she was gonna be. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we you know.
Give me that AT&T.
Yeah, I stay up.
Say that again.
You talking
Can
to
you hear
me though? You talking to me?
That might have applied for like Melo's situation with like Lala. Now that might apply for like that. You probably would have known her like, her the prominency. You know what I'm saying, when that
Yeah,
came.
but
that
wasn't
went
she
down,
in that
like,
movie called
Hey,
Lottery Ticket?
hey, Lala honestly gained more from her relationship with 50 Cent than Carmelo.
Yo, chill out.
Oh, that's a
that's
jab.
wild. Man,
I'm just
That's a
saying.
jab.
Man, my bad.
That's wild.
you said it was
But,
no jab.
Nikisha, as you were saying,
No, I'm saying I know she was in that movie with Lil Bow Wow. What they call it?
golden
Lottery
ticket or
Ticket?
something like that.
No, what thing was Lottery Ticket?
Lottery ticket, like
Right.
Tiana, she was
lottery
like
ticket.
Right.
Byron.
Right.
Yeah. And Medea movies.
That was the Medea movie.
It was.
But yeah, man, Lala was also never mind. Damn, I almost got. I remember when Lala had a whole different shape. She was kind of shaped like SpongeBob SquarePants, and
Hey, for real.
like no lie. I'm sorry, I ain't trying to be funny, but like I'm old school. Like I remember Lala Vasquez. Lala, never mind.
Yeah.
But hey, man,
And she was
Hey,
Precious
bro,
Cockeye
bro.
too. She had like
I rather watch Lala any day than and made TikTok forgive me. Educationally challenged Stevie J and Jocelyn Hernandez. I'd rather watch Lala any day.
yeah, because at least she took some acting classes. We do make a lot of people famous for fucking nothing, y'all.
Hey.
No
This
thing,
whole
not
Blueface
nothing,
and
no
this whole
thing.
Blueface and Krishan situation, they keep
Oh
trying to
my
compare to
God.
Whitney and Bobby. Whitney and Bobby was talented as fuck.
You can't do
Right.
that. Don't do that.
I don't
Krishan and
know. I
Blueface.
don't know anything Blueface
Compton.
that I can listen to, and other than Krishan being a prayer, that's about all I know.
And this ain't me, and this ain't us trying to be funny. We really do like at least the 4 people that are going across our screen behind us were talented in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But y'all listen, I don't like to keep people on here long. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all 5 of y'all. Y'all please let us get a follow. Y'all let's get some likes, some shares. We're here every Wednesday. Same time, same place, different topics, and we try to keep things as positive as we can here. This is not a male versus female debate podcast. This is a male, female, whoever else want to join in, creation, solution-based ordeal here.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
y'all
I
please
just
Yeah,
give
started following
every
gave
y'all.
last one of our 5 people on the panel as much follows, as much likes. If you do want to
And
share
an
some roses,
applause.
and
And a fucking
we
applause.
definitely want to applaud y'all. We thank y'all. Y'all please follow us on all
Shit.
social media platforms. We're not only here on TikTok, we are on Instagram, Facebook. Just look up the Doe Show 843. It should pop up everywhere. Likes, follows, and we love y'all. Thank all 5 of y'all for chiming in. I appreciate the follows. And if y'all want
Thank
to
you.
come back in next week, we're gonna have another topic. I
Definitely.
understand that y'all see the green screen behind us, but if that's gonna lead us to positive conversation and coming to a solution, then that's what we're gonna do.
That's true. Have a good
so
one,
be it
guys.
done.
Have
Thank
a
y'all. I
good one.
appreciate
Good
y'all.
show. Good show.
All
I
Hey,
right.
like it.
Great
love to
show.
him,
Love
Great
All
bro.
right,
show.
Love
y'all.
to him the way.
Put God first.
Stay in your lane,
Drink your water.
mind your business.
And don't mess with
Mind your business.
Mind your business, do what you want to do, and do whatever you want to do in your life. As
Don't mess
long as
with
it ain't illegal or hurt nobody, do
Don't
it.
mess with nobody.
Love y'all. Peace. Love
Yeah.
y'all.
Peace.
All right, brother.